Dear reader, our God is rich and our God is generous. Our God is not trying to rob us of the things that we love. Instead, our God is trying to fill our lives with greater peace and satisfaction. Our God is like a father trying to convince his air conditioner and internet-loving kids to go with him into nature. He's saying, kids, come on, let's go camping. Let's rough it. We'll drive to a park and we'll take only what we can carry on our backs. We will sleep close to the natural world. We'll fish for what we eat. We will only use our phones for emergencies and we'll get back in touch with nature. To such an appeal, the kids might complain and think about all that they'll lose. They groan, saying, my entire social life will fall apart in the time that I'm online or offline. And another child might say, can you guarantee that I won't get any insect bites? Another child might say, I don't even like fish. Why would I want to catch them for dinner? And another child might be really nervous about having to go to the bathroom where they're uncomfortable. But the father thinks about all that the children will gain. When you're out there, you will be able to see insects not as annoyances, but as God's creatures with a story to tell. You will see that as city sounds fade, that you'll begin to hear the sounds of nature all around you. You'll hear the footstep of beasts and the flight of birds, the steady sound of the river and the sudden gust of wind. The heat of the day will make you grateful for the cool of the night. And as the cold creeps into your bones, by the time you wake up in the morning, you will rejoice to see the sun. The father wants to take his kids camping, not to rob them of their conveniences, but to help them to be awakened, to rejoice in all that they've been taking for granted. This is important for us to hear because our God is not someone that needs our help. Our God is not pressuring us to give because God is strapped for cash. When we approach God's work, it should be with cheerful hearts that recognize that God is trying to maximize our joy. What we receive as we participate in God's work will far outweigh any sacrifice that we make. We fast and we empty our stomach, and then God will awaken our appetites. When we give and empty our wallet, God will awaken fresh ideas for generating wealth. When we withdraw and empty our schedules, God will awaken our love for the people that we've taken for granted. Through obeying God's call to sacrifice, we receive much satisfaction. And when we seek first God's kingdom and God's righteousness, we find that we can splurge on what we enjoy without anxiety or guilt. So celebrate and enjoy times of feasting. Shop and give precious things to the people that you love. Invest and buy the things that you need for future productivity. Because God is glorified when we find satisfaction. But be honest with yourself and ask, do I really want or do I really need the thing that I'm about to get? Often our closets are already overstuffed and we scroll through our phone for pictures of friends that we're too busy to call. Because our lives are already overcrowded with having too much, we're not able to fully enjoy any of it. Our hearts are easily deceived by the messaging of this world. If our spending, therefore, causes us greater anxiety, and if we are not able to enjoy the things with gratitude towards God, we know that we are missing God's will. In those moments, we're probably being ruled by jealousy. We take pictures that are staged and buy things that we don't need to impress the people that we might not even like. Such a life leaves us tired and empty. But when we are in God's will and ruled by love, we end up with testimonies of seeing all that God wanted us to see. And we end up being drawn closer to God and one another. May we cheerfully seek God's will regarding our finances and thus discover the way to have a full heart May the peace of Christ be with you. I'm Pastor Sam.